Welcome back to another edition of the Washington Nationals here on OOTP 27. We just took out the St. Louis Cardinals in 3 games in a best of 5. So did the Pirates with the Padres, and now it's Nationals-Pirates here in the LCS. We have made a couple changes to our roster here. Jacob Steinmetz is now back on the team here. Rouse's start did not go well, so we're going to push him back to the bullpen. Eric Agro went terribly, so he's now off the playoff roster. Steinmetz is in the rotation here. Leone becomes the 3rd starter. Rouse goes to the bullpen to take Agro's spot. And then in the lineup side of things, Fonseca just isn't going to get enough playing time for me to justify him. And the fact that we don't really have a true backup outfielder at center field, because Tamariz has the 45 rating there, and I've been using O'Ray during the season as the secondary backup center fielder, but he's our DH. So in order to move him to center field mid-game, we would have to lose our DH. So I don't want to do that. So we took Fonseca off the roster, and then Leonardo Pineda, who is the guy I was talking about, who we added to the 40-man when we traded Mike Sirota, is now our backup center fielder. He had a really, really good season in AAA. He's been with AAA for us for the past 3 years, has never gotten a shot in the big leagues with us, has barely gotten a shot in the big leagues ever, and he's now our backup center fielder here in the postseason. But now taking a look at this Pittsburgh Pirates team that won 98 games here in the Central Division, we're not going to take a look at their team stats very much. I mean, yeah, sure, they were a good team. They pitch very, very well. It looks like they outpitched their hitting as they got here with pitching and defense, as many teams do. Taking a look at that pitching staff, game number 1, it's going to be Mark Jochum, who had a 5.8 wins above replacement, led the National League in ERA, WHIP, and home runs per 9. Then you've got Gavin Moulin, a Canadian right-hander, 27 years old, decent player. Casey Hunt after him from New Jersey, went to Mississippi State, 2.6 wins above replacement, former Angel pitcher. And then you have George Marks as a lefty from Chicago with a 2.5 win season for them as well. And then in the bullpen, they have Jesus Travieso, who is a very, very good reliever, big-time stuff, fastball, slider, curveball, trio of pitches there. You have Justin Collins as their setup guy as a good pitcher. You have Archibald Bailey, I'm assuming is how you would pronounce this. He's 3-win season, looks like split between the rotation and the bullpen. Jake Jacobson is a good lefty in their pen. AJ Carlson, good enough, I guess. Victor Vodnik still kicking around. Wasn't he on our staff for a bit? No. I don't know why I think I had Victor Vodnik, but whatever. He's still kicking around. You got Ethan Pecco, he's terrible. Anderson Brito, whatever. And then Freddie Peralta at 39 years old is still kicking around. Not very good, though, on their staff. And then on the hitting side of things, actually some decent win above replacement numbers here. William Perez is their top guy. Outfielder, 4.9 wins, 60 grade power, very good right fielder for them. Then you have Dwayne Heap, their catcher, one of the better catchers in Major League Baseball, back-to-back 4-win seasons for him. And then you have Ronnie Munoz, big-time BABIP gap power guy, has some pop too, holy trifecta here, adaptability, work ethic, baseball IQ, very good second baseman. Then you in center field, you have Tyler Waltz, 3.6 WAR, young guy for them. Wilfred De La Cruz, I want to say that we had him. Yeah, we did. Rochester in 2033. He was on our team in 2033. Then goes to Indie Ball in 2034. Ends up here with Pittsburgh as just an entirely glove 3-win player. A 78 WRC plus. Somehow this guy put up a 15.7 ZR at shortstop. Doesn't seem that impressive of a shortstop rating, but he was really, really good. So they have him. They have Jacob Reimer at first base. Sure, decent player. Eric Cleveland in left field. Miles Naylor, one of the Naylor brothers, at third base. And then Bobby Baeza at also third base. I guess one of them is DHing. Yeah, Baeza is the DH. And then on the bench, they've got Welbin Francisca. Not Francisco, Francisca. And then their backup catcher, John Neal. I believe he's a former one of our prospects because he was rated pretty highly as a slap hitter, and I just didn't think he ever had a position, so I think we let him walk. Yes. I guess in real life he signed a minor league contract? Or was this the first offseason of our actual thing? I don't know. But we did indeed let him go at one point. Yeah, released in 2032 because he just had no position. So I was just like, he can't frame, so he's never going to actually be a catcher. So we let him walk, and this was before I had Dylan O'Ray, I'm pretty sure. Maybe it was me, I don't know. But I didn't really look at this profile and be like, oh, I like this profile. So I just got rid of him, and now he's the backup catcher for the Pirates somehow. And they also have veteran Ian Happ, 41 years old on this team, who is from Pittsburgh. I did not realize that, but homecoming for him. And then Chris Newell, who's a big 3 true outcomes guy in the Dodgers system in real life, I do believe. Yes. Alrighty, folks, it is game 1 of the NLCS here in 2035. Pirates and Nationals, we are here in D.C. as we have home field advantage. Let's get into it here. Tarek Skubal on the bump for us. Mark Jokum on the bump for them. We're rocking the same lineup we've been rocking for months now. Here we go. As we already have given up a leadoff home run to Bobby Baeza. And now it's 2 outs, runner on second base here for Dwayne Heap. 0-2 count to him. Whiffed on for strike 3, so the Pirates strike first. They're up 1-0. And then we do nothing. Skubal scoreless frame. Jokum in some trouble here. Runner on second base. 1 out here for Jimenez. Full count. Off the end of the bat, grounded over to third base. And even with his speed, that's going to be an infield single. So runners on the corners here with 1 out for Angel Feliz, who hits one in the air out to left field. And I don't know what the fuck just happened there, but somehow they don't make the play. That's probably going to score maybe 2. All right. Somehow we only score 1 on that, but we'll take it. It's a tie game here. Second and third, 1 out here for Luis Hernandez, the hero of the DS. Spits on ball 4. Bases drunk now here for Castillo, who slaps one down the left field line, and that's going to be caught. And everyone stays put. We do not tag up anybody, and now it's 2 outs here for Dylan O'Ray, who spits on ball 4. They have walked in the go-ahead run. It's a 2-1 lead now here for the Nationals, and we are now on to James Wood, who slices one down that right field line. That's going to plate multiple runs. Big-time hit for the big fella, James Wood. At least 2 will score there, possibly 3. It is a bases-clearing double for James Wood. It's a 5-1 lead here for the Nationals. Huge hit as Luke Corsia digs in now. The Australian, first pitch swinging, sends one out to right center field. That's going to land in for a base knock. He's going to hold up at first base. James Wood goes over to third, stays put there. Runners on the corners here for Brady Ebel. Works a full count, and he grounds out to first base. So no more runs will score. But we are now on to the third with a 5-1 lead. And Skubal works a scoreless frame. The offense doesn't do anything. Skubal scoreless frame. Offense threatening here. Runner on second base. 2 outs for James Wood. He takes a 2-1 pitch to dead center field, but shallow and put away for out number 3. So we're on to the top half of the 5th now. Scoreless frame for Skubal, as we're threatening once again. Runner on second base, 2 outs from Jimenez against Ethan Pecco here, who works a ground ball for out number 3. So just kind of cruising along here during the middle innings as we're on to the 6th now. Skubal, scoreless frame. Pecco gives up a double or something, so it's a runner on second here with 1 out for Castillo, who hits one out to left field. Caught by Cleveland out there. That's 2 down. Brings up Dylan O'Ray with the top of the order, who whiffs through an 0-2 pitch. Goes down swinging. Still 5-1 onto the 7th here. Skubal scoreless frame. James Wood leading off the bottom half of the inning as it's runners on the corners here with 2 outs against Jake Jacobson. And Jimenez skies one to left field for out number 3. So still a 5-1 game as we're just cruising along. We're going to see if Skubal can get through this inning. He maybe 2-out runner on second base. Struck him out. Beautiful stuff. It's a 5-1 lead heading on to the bottom of the 8th. As we are threatening once again, a first and second, 2 outs here for James Wood. Spits on ball 4. Now it's ducks on the pond here for Luke Corsia. And he's going to hit one down that right field line. That's probably going to plate multiple runs. And the right fielder can't field it cleanly. So an even bigger play there as 2 runs come across. It's a 7-1 ball game here with 2 outs, second and third for Brady Ebel, who smacks one out to right field, but right at Perez for out number 3. So we're on to the top of the 9th here. Scooble's in the red. He's got 103 pitches here. Let's just see if he can get through it. He's fatigued, but he's got 2 outs. Nobody on. And then works a ground ball there. How about a complete game from Tarek Skubal and no walks here in Game 1 of the NLCS. The achievement popped up for me in the bottom right. You can't see that, but no walks for Tarek Skubal. 7-1 victory for the Nationals. An absolute thumping put on this Pittsburgh Pirates team. What a tone setter here in Game 1. Hits all over the place. The only player who didn't get a hit was Luis Hernandez, and he had 2 walks. So who cares if you didn't get a hit? Skubal, 9 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, no walks, 9 Ks. My goodness. 109 pitches. Beautiful stuff. 38 years old, I believe. Yeah, almost 39 years old, putting together a complete game in Game 1 of the NLCS. Alrighty, folks, it is top of the first here, Game 2 against the Pirates here in the NLCS. Dax Hardcastle on the bump for us. We are rocking our Cherry Blossom City Connect unis that I put back in the rotation. And the Pirates are going to be throwing Gavin Moulin today, their right-hander from Canada. So let's get into it here. Nothing going for the Pirates as Dax Hardcastle works to score this frame. And then we are threatening here. Runner on second base with nobody out for James Wood. 2-1 count to him. That is ripped down the right field line. Might score Dylan O'Ray from second base. It is not. So just a single for Wood. Now corners here for Luke Corsia. As he hits a slow roller out to third base. They try to turn 2, but they're going to? Wow. Somehow they turn 2 on that, but we do get a run comes in. So it's a 1-0 lead here for the Nats. Nothing else going for the offense. Hardcastle scoreless frame in top half of the second. And then I think Jerry Harris just homered. He did indeed. Jerry Harris home run. It's a 2-0 lead for the Nationals. 3-0 lead for the Nationals here as Jimenez flew out, Feliz singled, and then Luis Hernandez tripled. Continues to show up in the postseason for us. Castillo digs in with 3-1 count, spits on ball 4. It's now runners on the corners here for Dylan O'Ray, who watches strike 3 on an 0-2 count. That's not very Dylan O'Ray-like. And now it's James Wood, who watches strike 3, and we strand 2 runners. But we do tack on 2 in the inning. It's a 3-0 lead here for the Nats. And Hardcastle works to score this frame. He is cruising so far. Nothing going for the offense. Hardcastle gives up a run. Gets out of it from there. It's a 3-1 ball game. Offense tacks on another run here in the bottom of the 4th. Luis Hernandez, again, a solo home run makes it a 4-1 ball game. Nothing else going for the offense. We're on to the 5th, where Hardcastle works to score this frame. Offense does nothing. On to the 6th now. Scoreless frame. It's a 6-1 ball game. All I did was risp it. Base on balls from Ebel. They bring in Vodnik. 2-run home run for Jerry Harris. It's a 6-1 ball game. Nothing else going for the offense. Hardcastle scoreless frame. It's a 7-1 game now as James Wood just homered. 8-1 game now as Korsha grounded out, Ebel singled, and then Jerry Harris doubled them in. And now an 0-2 count to Jimenez here with a 7-run lead. That's out to right center field, but tracked down by Perez for out number 3. So we're on to the 8th here. Hardcastle, let's see if he can get through this. You got a 7-run lead here. Works a ground ball, that's 1 down. Brings up Jacob Reimer. Spits on ball 4. Bobby Baeza comes up. That's somehow going to bloop into right field. Everyone stays put, and I think we got to officially take Hardcastle out of the game here. We're not going to have back-to-back complete games. Let's bring in Kevin Yoder. No, let's bring in Jay Nelson. Jay Nelson's going to come in the game. 2-2 here, bases juiced, 1 out. Struck out Munoz. Brings up Tyler Waltz. 0-2 to him. Struck him out. Bases loaded, stranded for Jay Nelson, the youngster. Delivers here. We're on to the bottom half of the 8th. Nothing going for the offense, and then Nelson is going to close things out with a scoreless frame as we are now up 2-0 here in the NLCS. Big time stuff. 3-hit day from Jerry Harris. He had 4 ribbies, 2 hits from Wood and Feliz and Hernandez. Hernandez also walked. He was on base 3 times in the day. Dax Hardcastle, 7 1/3, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 7 Ks. Not quite as good as Skubal, but some really elite pitching here in Game 1 and Game 2. And then Jay Nelson, the 23-year-old, with a really solid showing to come in there with the bases loaded and strike out 2 guys and strand them. This guy is going to be a big-time, high-leverage pitcher for us over the next couple seasons, if I had to guess. As now we are here at PNC Park as the series moves to Pittsburgh. We are up 2-0 here in the series as the Pirates are trying to not go down 3-0 here. Casey Hunt on the bump for them from Wyckoff, New Jersey. And we have Isaac Leone on the bump for us. So let's get into it here. He did not pitch at all last series. It's been a while since he and Steinmetz have both pitched, as Steinmetz is slated to pitch next game. As our offense does nothing, and Leone's immediately in some trouble. So runners on the corners here. 2-1 to Waltz. Caught by Castillo. Baeza tagging, and he will score. So they do score on a sac fly. Leone in some trouble here, but it's 2 outs, runners on first and second. And then works a ground ball. So only 1 run comes across. We'll take that. On to the second inning now. Offense threatening. First and second, nobody on. Melvin Jimenez hits one sky-high center field. That's out number 1. Everyone stays put. Brings up Angel Feliz. Swinging at the first pitch, grounds at the first base. They just take the runner at first, so it's 2 down now. Runners in second and third for Luis Hernandez. He's got the magic touch, folks. Bounces out of the glove of the second baseman. Hernandez reaches on an error. That's going to tie the game. Gets Castillo to the plate. And then Hernandez swipes second base. So it's 2 in scoring position again. 1-0 here to Castillo. As he hits one out to right center field, or more so right field. It's going to be caught by Perez. But we do tack on 1 to tie the game. As Leone works the scoreless frame. We have runner on second base here with 2 outs in the third for Brady Ebel, who just grounds one into the dirt in front of him for out number 3. Now on to the bottom half of the inning. Scoreless frame for Leone. The offense threatening here. Second and third, 1 out for Luis Hernandez, who skies it into the infield. Second baseman makes the play. Brings up Castillo, the 9-hitter. 2-2 count to him as he whiffs through it. And we strand 2 runners. Still a 1-1 game here onto the bottom half of the 4th, where Hardcastle works a scoreless frame. Top half of the 5th. We have runners on the corners here with 1 out for Brady Ebel. He goes down swinging. Ebel has not been impressive this postseason. We might have to move him down in the order, as it's now a 3-1 count to Harris, and that's ball 4. So bases drunk here for Jimenez, who has been impressive. And he's plunked. All right, we take the lead on a hit by pitch with the bases loaded. 2-1 game now here for Angel Feliz, who skies one to right field, so nothing else is going to go. We strand the bases loaded. We're on to the bottom of the 5th. Leone gives up a leadoff double. Here's the 9-hitter Jacob Reimer. Lays down a bunt. Leone goes to third with it and makes the play. Oh my god, is he like a really good fielder? Yeah, I mean 70 grade, yeah. So Leone with an incredible play gets the lead runner, so now it's just the runner on first, and gets at it from there. Fantastic stuff from Leone. On to the top of the 6th. We do nothing. Leone works a scoreless 6th. We're on to the 7th with a 2-1 lead. Nothing going for us. We're going to take out Leone here. Righty, switch right. Look at all these righties. Jesus. Let's bring in Rouse out of the bullpen here. Or no, this is a close game. Let's go in the 7th. Lawyerson. Now let's go Hollick. Hollick's going to come in the game. I'm very indecisive. And, of course, Hollick's immediately in some trouble. Runner on second with 1 out here for Wilfie De La Cruz, who is their glove-first shortstop, who skies 1 out to right field for James Wood, out number 2. Runner stays put, brings up Francisca, who has just given them a 1-run lead with a 2-run home run. Welbin Francisco with a pinch hit home run. This guy has 40 grade power and did not hit a home run for Pittsburgh the entire season. Hit 8 for Toronto with a 75 WRC plus, and just gave them a lead. Late game lead. Evan Hollick blew it. Gets at it from there. It's top 8 now. We do nothing. Bottom 8 here. We'll bring in Lawyerson. And of course, he gives up another run. Still not out of it. Finally out of it as he strikes at that guy. But we're down 2 here. Top 9. Castillo, Wood, Ray due up. We're going to pinch hit Tamariz. Tamariz comes into pinch hit. Works a full count. We like that. They're guarding the lines. So that's just going to be a ground ball out. So 1 down brings up Dylan O'Ray. Another just 0-2 count watched. What is going on with Dylan O'Ray? So 2 down now. Full count to James Wood. Spits on ball 4. And the tying run is in the batter's box in Luke Corsia. Ball gets away. James Wood moves up at second base into scoring position. Full count to Corsia. Spits on ball 4. The go-ahead run is Brady Ebel, who has done nothing all postseason. I'm honestly tempted to pinch hit with Harry Ford. Just because Ebel's been so poor this postseason. But, I mean, look at these fucking... We're going to believe. We're going to believe in the ratings. He was good for us all year. He works a full count, and he spits on ball 4. Thank goodness. Bases juiced. Jerry Harris hitting .421 this postseason. Bases juiced. Full count. Oh, no, he strikes out. Oh, my God. Oh my God. So they win a game here in the series. I wasn't expecting to sweep these guys. They're a good team. Got to give them a lot of credit as they take the first game of the series for them. It's a 2-1 series lead for us. Alrighty, folks. It is game 4 of the NLCS here. Once again, foggy in Pittsburgh. They have a lefty going on the bump, so we're doing a bit of a different thing here. Harry Ford is catching. Jimenez is playing first base. Dylan O'Reilly's still DHing. Gabby Berry's in at shortstop because Feliz has been so bad that we're trying to get a little bit of a spark at the shortstop position. And then we took Ebel out of the lineup, and then we moved around some of the guys. So it's like Ford, Wood, Corsia, Harris hitting cleanup, then Jimenez, then Hernandez, then Castillo, Berry, and O'Reilly in the 9th hole. So hopefully we can win with this lineup because we don't want to have a 2-2 series here after Game 4. But George Marks, the lefty, that's another reason why we took Ebel out, because it's a lefty. As we're immediately cooking here. Ford and Wood get on to start off the game, and it's Luke Corsia here. 0-1 count. It's one well down the right field line, but not well enough as it's caught. Everyone stays put. Brings up Jerry Harris, who's going to be first pitch swinging, and grounds into what is probably an inning-ending 6-4-3 double play. So we get 2 on immediately and then strand them. And Jacob Steinmetz works a scoreless frame. We tack on 1 with a solo home run from the 6'8" center fielder, Castillo. Nothing else for the offense. Scoreless frame from Steinmetz. The offense up 2-0 now. O'Reilly grounded out. Ford walked. He's already been on base twice today. Wood flew out, and then Corsia doubled in Harry Ford at the 2-0 lead. 1-2 here to Jerry Harris as he hits that one out to deep left field, but caught by Cleveland for out number 3. We're on to the bottom half of the 3rd. Steinmetz in some trouble here, runner on second to lead off the inning. But then a ground ball to Hernandez, that's fielded out number 1. I don't know how the runner moves up on 3rd there. That seemed odd. But top of the order now with Baeza, who skies one shallow center field. Oh my god, that fell in. What? Of course, I put a new shortstop in there, and Gabby Berry's like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to field a fly ball, because of course. So 2-1 game. Steinmetz out of it from there. We're on the top of the 4th. We have a runner on second with 2 outs for Gabby Berry. Works a full count. Spits on ball 4. We'll take it. First and second now here for Dylan O'Reilly. And he grounds into a inning-ending just ground ball. So 3rd out of the inning. We're on to the bottom of the 4th. Steinmetz works a scoreless frame. We're on to the 5th. It's a 4-1 game suddenly. Ford struck out, Wood singled, Corsia flew out, and then Jerry Harris hit a 2-run home run, gives us a 4-1 lead. Nothing else going for the offense there. Steinmetz here in the 5th. All right, gives up it looked like a leadoff single, and then maybe they stole second. And then Jacob Reimer is going to hit one into center field. That's going to land in for a base knock. Everyone stays put. Runners on the corners here. Nobody out for Bobby Baeza. Top of the order here. I think we're going to go to the bullpen now. We're going to go with, Jay Nelson. Jay Nelson's coming in here in the 5th. 2-2 count. Runners on the corners. And then Baeza makes contact with it. That's going to be put away for out number 1, but they will score on a sac fly to make it 4-2. Then Munoz goes down swinging. Tyler Waltz goes down. Oh, that was the first pitch. All right, so they steal second. And then Tyler Waltz flies at the center field. Castillo will track it down for out number 3 as we are on to the 6th inning. Nothing going for the offense. We'll leave Nelson in. Works a scoreless frame. Top of the 7th now. Offense does nothing. We're taking Nelson out of the game here in a 2-run ball game. We're going to bring in Alex Rouse. And of course, he's immediately in trouble. What were those, the first 2 batters? I think this is his 3rd batter here. Gets a pop fly there. in the infield, 1 down, runners on the corners. We're going to take Rouse out of the game, and we're going to bring... I'm tempted to bring in Yoder to try to get some strikeouts here. But Sime could work a ground ball, too. So we're going to go for Sime. He could get the strikeouts, or he could get the ground ball. Instead, he's going to give up a fly ball. That's going to score another one on a sac fly. Makes it a 4-3 ball game, but it's 2 down now. And then with Ronnie Munoz up, 2-2 count to him. We threw out a runner at second. All right. Harry Ford guns a man down. It's on to the top of the 8th. 1-run lead here. Can the offense tack on some insurance runs? They cannot. Bottom 8. We'll leave Sime in. Scoreless frame. Top 9. Offense does nothing. It's a 1-run game, 9th inning. You know what that is. Bobby Matamoros. Scoreless frame as we take the 3rd game of the series for us. Or it's the 4th game, but we're up 3-1 in the series now. As Pittsburgh has their back against the wall. Steinmetz, 4 innings, solid. Hasn't pitched in forever. We'll take that from him. 2 runs, 4 innings. Did fine. Nelson was good. Rouse was not good. Sime and Matamoros were good, obviously. I mean, Matamoros struck out the side, because that's what he fucking does. The offense wasn't great on the day, but did enough. Did enough on the day. Harry Ford didn't have any hits, but he had 2 walks. We'll take it. Alrighty, folks. Pittsburgh has their back against the wall here. This is the last game of the series in Pittsburgh. They could lose the World Series here. They probably don't want to do it. They're trying to force it back to Washington. I would like to just end it here and get it over with and move on to the World Series. Mark Jochum, their number 1 is going. We have our number 1 going, and Tarek Skubal, his last time up, he pitched that complete game. 1-run, no-walk performance in Game 1. Now here trying to close it out in Game 4. We've made a couple changes. Ebel is back in the lineup. It's the same lineup we had been running for the majority of the postseason here, but we've moved around a couple guys. Hernandez is leading things off. O'Ray is in the 9th spot. Feliz is back in at shortstop, and then Ebel back in at first base, like I said. Let's get into it here. As immediately, it's 2 outs. Runner on second here for Jerry Harris. And he's plunked. So first and second now. Here for Brady Ebel. Show us why you're back in the lineup by grounding out to first base for the 3rd out of the inning. Of course. Of course. So we're on the bottom half of the 1st now. Skubal. Scoreless frame. Offense does nothing. Skubal in some trouble, but it's 2 outs. And he works the ground ball. Harris makes the play. Out number 3. So we're on to the 3rd now. And we're threatening. 2nd and 3rd. 2 outs here for Jerry Harris, who skies an 0-2 pitch to the shortstop for out number 3. So nothing going for the offense. Bottom 3 now. Skubal in some trouble. 1st and 2nd, but it's 2 outs. And Munoz is, of course, going to deliver with a single. That's probably going to score a run. It is indeed 1-0 lead for the Pirates. Full count here to the catcher, Dwayne Heap. Goes down on the curveball. We are now on to the 4th inning, where Brady Ebel just doubled. All right, so brings up Jimenez. Slow roller back to the pitcher. He's kind of slowed up here. He's kind of not been as hot in this series. We might just go Harry Ford full next game. But he grinds out there. Runner stays put at second. Brings up Feliz, who shows us why he's back in the lineup. Opposite field, 2-run blast. As we are now in front here. 2-1 ball game. Anything else going for the offense? Yes, indeed. 1st and 2nd, 2 outs here for James Wood, who then hits a slow roller at the second base for out number 3. So we do take a lead in the inning, though. We're on to the bottom of the 4th. Skubal works a scoreless frame. Nothing going for the offense. Skubal in some trouble here. We're going to let him face Munoz as his last batter of the game, no matter what happens. And he proceeds to work a fly ball to center field. So Skubal threw 5 today. Not quite going to pitch 9 innings again. But we're on to the 6th here with a 2-1 lead. And we have a runner on second with 2 outs for Dylan O'Ray. 2-0 count to him, who skies one down the left field line as that is caught by Cleveland right along the wall. As we're on to the bottom half of the 6th, and we are going to go to the bullpen here for Alex Rouse. Try to give us some length. As, of course, he's in some trouble. Runner on second, 1 out. As then he gives up a single. That's going to tie the game, probably at 2. Nope, they stay put at 3rd. Can I take him out yet? Alright, so I guess he has faced 3 players. Let's go C-May. And runner goes and swipes second base. Double play possibility is now gone. Full count to this guy. And of course their glove first shortstop is going to deliver with a huge hit. 2 RBI single. Pittsburgh's now in front 3-2. And it brings up one of the Naylor brothers. C-May still can't get out of it. 1 out still. Runner on second. Or I guess they swiped second. As the Naylor delivers with a big hit, it's now a 4-2 game. That's over the head of Corsia in left field. This is not what we wanted. And then with a 2-2 count, he hits Baeza. Yeah, get the fuck out of there. Let's bring in Evan Hollick. Wild pitch. I don't know what the fuck the runners are doing there. Somehow they both move up. Hollick works the ground ball. They go home with it, and they get the runner. All right, so 4-2. Another ground ball. Harris makes the play. They only have a 2-run lead. This is totally doable. We have multiple innings to deal with it. So top 7 here. Nothing going for the offense. Bottom 7. Hollick in some trouble. Leads off. The leadoff guy gets on, and it looks like he maybe swiped second. So 1-2 to Heap. Ground ball up to short. Runner moves up to third, but it's 1 down. Brings up Chris Newell. Struck him out. Brings up Jacob Reimer. Ground ball to Hernandez. Easy play for him. Keep it at 4-2. So we got the 8th and the 9th to try to do something here. They bring it's Jake Jacobson on the bump for them. It's Harris, Ebel, Jimenez due up for us. Jerry Harris works a full count. And then just grounds it into the dirt right in front of him. 1 down. Brady Ebel against a lefty. We're not even going to try to deal with that. Wilkin Tamariz is going to come in and pinch hit and play first base from here on out as well. Hits it well to right field, but not well enough as Perez puts it away at the warning track. 2 down for Melvin Jimenez now. We're going to pinch hit Harry Ford, and he's also going to catch the rest of the way. Spits on ball 4. So the tying run is at the plate in Angel Feliz, who already homered in this game. And he delivers with a base knock. So now the go-ahead run is at the plate in Josh DiCastillo. They brought in a righty. If it was a lefty, I might have hit Gabby Berry. But yeah, Castillo, I think, is our best bet here, so we're just going to let him hit. And, of course, he just grounds at the first base. Nothing happens. And We're on to the bottom of the 8th, still down 2 runs. We're going to bring in Lawyerson. Not quite Matamoros in this situation. Works a scoreless frame. We have O'Ray, Hernandez, Wood, due up. Dylan O'Ray on a cold streak, doesn't matter. Delivers with a leadoff single, does what he does. He's the table setter, and now we got Luis Hernandez. 0-2 count. Line to the right fielder. Man. James Wood 3-1, spits on ball 4. Once again, the go-ahead run is at the plate in Luke Corsia. And he skies a 2-1 pitch for out number 2. And now it's Jerry Harris. Works a full count. Hit well, left field. It's out of here! Oh my God, folks! Jerry Harris! He delivers. He couldn't deliver last game in the big spot, but this game, was it last game? I don't know what it was. There was the game that they won where he struck out the bases loaded in the 9th. This time does not do that. He hits a 3-run home run, and we're now up 5-4 in this ball game. Anything else? No. We're on to the 9th. It's Bobby Matamoros time. 1-run lead. Any potential? Yeah, no, we can't do any substitutions here. I guess we could. He's a 60 in right field. He's also a 60 in right field. A 65 in center. 60. Yeah, we're going to move Castillo to right field, and we're going to bring in Pineda to play center field. So now we've got an actual good. We don't have to deal with Wood out there in right field. We're going to go defensive replacements. Bobby Matamoros on the bump. William Perez, their best player, leading things off. 0-2 count to him. Struck him out. Tyler Waltz, 2-2 count. Struck him out. Ronnie Munoz. Ground ball to the shortstop. There it is, baby. We are on to the World Series for a 3rd season in a row. The three-peat is right there in front of us for the taking. What a game. What a masterful, masterful game. I shouldn't say masterful, but what a crazy game. Jerry Harris with the go-ahead 3-run blast in the 9th inning. Just incredible. Just incredible. He delivers constantly. His only hit of the day, it doesn't matter. Feliz had a 2-hit game after being benched last game. Once again, not the best offensive game from us, but enough offense gets it done. Scuba was really good. Rouse was not. Sime didn't have his best day. Hollick, Lawyerson, and Matamoros, of course. His 3rd save of the postseason. We're on to the World Series. As, does it say? Jerry Harris. Jerry Harris was the series MVP of the NLCS. Hell yes. And the Houston Astros swept the Twins, so it's going to be Nationals-Astros in the 2035 World Series.